Find in life, you can't let people get away with bullshit.
A new national poll shows Joe Biden beating Donald Trump in a hypothetical general election matchup. This is the latest Quinnipiac University survey. Biden leading Trump by 6 points, 50% to 44% among registered voters.
The trends here may be changing because President Trump has been leading national poll after national poll over President Biden for the last couple of weeks. But not in this one.
That's an outlier, though, right? Because 8 other polls show the opposite.
We'll see.
It could be an outlier, or that could be the start of a new trend. We don't know.
Okay.
Come on. You know that saying that hurt as much as praising the economy.
Look, it was a good quarter. Don't get me wrong. 3.3% beat estimates. And the last quarter was a good quarter, 4.9%. Absolutely. So he gets his due. If I were he, I'd be out slinging that hash, too. No problem. My mea culpa, I was wrong about the slowdown in the recession. So was the entire
I don't think you were wrong.
Forecasting fraternity. Well, the Fed, everyone was wrong. Okay.
It's a new month, and on top of being forced to report on groundbreaking economic news across the board, Fox News were tasked with another tough challenge this week, reporting on a new poll that showed Biden beating Trump by 5 points. And our thoughts are sincerely with the Fox News hosts who had to report this on live TV.
New poll finds Joe Biden is up 6 points in a hypothetical head-to-head rematch against Donald Trump. That's since December. Biden also has won over the majority of female voters at this point, independents and voters with college degrees.
The trends here may be changing because President Trump has been leading national poll after national poll over President Biden for the last couple of weeks, but not in this one. And maybe it's an outlier, maybe it's not, but Quinnipiac has Biden up on Trump 6 points, 50-44. The Biden team has been trying to pivot to general election mode. They've been focusing on abortion access and on union jobs. And the Trump team has spent the last week or so dealing with his legal issues. This poll does have Haley doing better against Biden than Trump. She has got him, according to Quinnipiac, by 5, 47-42 nationally. But this is a matchup that's unlikely to happen based on current polling that puts Trump way ahead of her in primary states that she needs at the moment. And we may also have an answer to the question, who do third-party candidates hurt? Ultimately, according to this poll, they hurt Trump because both Biden and Trump lose support when polled against the major third parties. But Biden still wins in this poll. And if RFK Jr. continues pulling in 14%, he is certainly going to be a spoiler for one candidate or another because that is a huge percentage of the voting public. Back to you.
That's an outlier, though, right? Because 8 other polls show the opposite.
We'll see.
It could be an outlier, or that could be the start of a new trend. We don't know.
Okay. Start a new trend, Peter. Go.
He can't win independents. He can't win suburban women's. And there's a lot of other Republicans he's not getting. Think about the fact he did not get 43% of the vote in New Hampshire. In the poll yesterday from Quinnipiac, he's down 7% to Biden.
Now, as I've said in previous videos, I take polls with a tablespoon of salt. But the reason I highlight this is because when Fox News get a poll that they like, one that maybe favors their fearless cult leader, they can't elongate the segments enough. I mean, it's a migrant caravan on steroids. But now, well, they seem to be designating as much time on it as they did Trump's $83 million payout.
Because this is not the re-election strategy of a winning campaign. This smacks of desperation and the fact that he's clinging to Taylor Swift, who he couldn't even pick out of a lineup without Jill going like this. That's Taylor. Tells me everything you know about Joe Biden.
Is the strategy to owe $83 million for defaming a woman that you sexually assaulted?
I would love Taylor Swift's endorsement. Any politician would. But I like
you ignored what I just
Kid
said,
Rock.
because that was the news from the weekend on that side. And then Joe Biden was 15
Authentic
minutes late
endorsements
to church. And you think it's the end of the world.
Late to church. He goes.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that lawsuit then. Go ahead, Jessica. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are that you shouldn't sexually assault people and then you shouldn't defame them.
Okay, was he found guilty of sexual assault?
Was.
He was a criminal?
Was by a jury.
Was a criminal?
It was civil.
Yeah.
Oh, that means it doesn't count? Okay.
It means it's not a guilty verdict.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, it's always nice to bring something up that has nothing to do with the topic.
It does. He said the campaign strategy.
You know, just stop interrupting everybody.
But not to worry, I'll break this poll down just for shit. This new Quinnipiac poll not only has Biden up, but let's look at the categories, shall we?
And up from a survey taken in December, which had Biden ahead by a single point. His new lead is driven largely by growing support among independents who now back Biden by 12 points, twice as much as the previous poll. Also, among women, where Biden's lead is now 22 points up from 12 points in December.
More women in this poll said they would support Biden over Trump, with 58% backing Biden and 36% backing Trump. And this comes as Trump continues to brag about overturning Roe.
Because for 54 years, they were trying to get Roe v. Wade terminated, and I did it. And I'm proud to have done it. They wanted to get it back, right? You wouldn't have that. There would be no question.
A decision that is not only wildly unpopular nationwide, but it's cost Republicans every single ballot that abortion has been on since Roe was overturned.
I got to say it. It's just the truth. Donald Trump's Republican Party lost in 2017. They lost in 2018. They lost in 2019. They lost in 2020. They lost in 2021. But they got that red wave in 2022 that the media told, oh, no, they didn't. The media was wrong again. They lost in 2022. They've lost in elections in 2023. And my money's on them losing again in 2024.
Both of you young ladies, I was talking back and forth with you, and you said, look, you would vote for Nikki Haley. That's someone that you can see yourself voting for. But you said if it gets between Nikki Haley, Donald Trump and Joe Biden again, you will vote for who?
I will vote for President Biden. I have 5 grandchildren, 4 of them are girls, and I'm very concerned about women's issues and democracy.
President Trump, I would go home tonight. I'd go to my victory party. I would celebrate. I've made history yet again. But then I'd go home and I'd look under the hood. And when you look under the hood of our Fox News voter analysis data, you find that 32% of Republicans say we won't vote for Trump. I've got to unite the party. That's the argument Nikki Haley's making. And number 2, I would look. Nikki Haley won independents, according to Fox News voter analysis, 59 to 33. So I go home if I'm Trump. I celebrate. And then I say, I got to unite this party. I got to win independents. That's how I beat Biden.
If she chooses, she will talk with her priest, her pastor, her rabbi, her imam. But it should not be the government telling her what to do. We are not asking anyone to abandon their personal beliefs. Right. It's just that the government should not, and in this year of our Lord 2024, the government should not be telling women what to do with their bodies.
So that should tell you enough. And when you look at the Franklin and Marshall College poll in Pennsylvania, it has Biden also up 5 points. This is in the same state that in 2016 Trump had a 0.7 polling lead over Hillary Clinton, whereas Biden had merely a 1.17 point lead back in 2020 over Trump. So to see it now as 5, it surely has to be cause for concern for the defamer-in-chief.
Yeah, Biden's approval is historically low. Why is that?
Everybody's approval. Across the spectrum, you find exceptions to that. Look, it's been hard globally the last 6-7 years. But again, America stands tall. We're the tentpole of the world economy. No peers economically. Again, a masterclass of delivering. The economy is booming, inflation is cooling. And of course, the economic strategies this president's put together were all things Republicans dreamt of, but never delivered. He's delivered.
Don't worry, Fox News are here to tell you how this latest defamation payout is actually a problem for Biden's campaign strategy.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.